back when I used to teach more regularly at Emory in the business school for the full-time MBAs and even the exec MBAs, I would always say, you want to find your trusted advisors, but you want to find them right now. Look to the person to your left and right. You don't want to wait till you're a C-level executive and then start looking for trusted advisors, because there's politics at stake. You may have a position of more power than them, and they don't want to tell you something that they think you don't want to hear. Find those people now and grow with them. So it struck me that was, it reminded me of that conversation, because I could imagine it would be hard if you're trying to do this for the first time and you're the CEO and now you're telling everyone to be honest with you. They may say, I'll be kind of honest. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, exactly. I think, as you said, it's really important for us to develop trusted advisors who are not even in the organization, who are outside of the organization, who might be childhood friends or somebody that we went to graduate school with or somebody who lives next door to us. They have to be people who are willing to show up, and also people who believe that there's no outside solution to an inside problem. We have to continually go within ourselves in order to show up with our best self.
Yeah. So then the final comment you gave earlier was around this idea of knowing when to, I can't remember exactly the beautiful way you said it, but it was essentially when people are taking energy away from you, being able to recognize that and whether it's put healthy boundaries up or whatever that is. So how do we know that? What are some tools or tips you could give people who are listening that would be indicators that someone is more of a drainer and taker than a giver?
So a few things. One is, I think it's really important that we're mindful about how we feel after being with somebody or while we're being with somebody. Is this a comfortable connection? Do we kind of feel on edge? Do we feel like we're walking on eggshells? Is it a relationship where we're constantly apologizing and they don't take any responsibility for something that's going wrong? Is this something where they're blaming instead of accepting their part? So I always look for, are they gaslighting? Are they trying to convince us that we're wrong when really they misstepped? So that's really important to pay attention to that kind of input. The other thing is, are they open with themselves? Are they open about themselves? Are they showing up in a consistent way? Are they doing what they said they were going to do? Are they looking to us to rescue them, fix things?
Yeah.
I mean, the list can go on and on.
Sounds like a nice big list of unhealthy boundaries. And I would say, I almost would think, because I've been in situations similar to that, and, that the first indicator would be, if this person is constantly on your mind for whatever reason, ask yourself why. Yeah. And then it might dig down to one of those other things. Because they're doing something that's pulling on you or pushing on you, that's causing you to either question yourself or think about them more, giving them more of that mental energy and more of that mind share than you really want to.
That's a really interesting way of putting it. It's kind of like they take up real estate in your brain.
Yeah. And you're constantly thinking about them. Yeah. And then you're like, what? So the next step would be, why am I constantly thinking about them? And then that leads to, is it gaslighting? Is it lack of responsibility? Is it lack of ownership? Are they manipulating me some way? Are they backstabbing me? Am I worried or fearful, or are they creating anxiety in me? It can lead to all those other, your very precise labels for that behavior.
Well, and that happens in the workplace, right? All the time.
That's what I was thinking. I mean,
right?
Naturally, I'm sure we've all had experiences like that in personal relationships.
Amen.
But those kinds of dynamics happen in the workplace in the ways you just outlined. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Karen, this has been absolute joy. So I ask all of my guests this question. If what's one life hack you might have for us to help us live a life more free from dysfunction, either personally or professionally?
One life hack. I would say spend more time around the table.
Okay, so say more.
Spend more time around the table. One of the greatest joys of my life is to have people sitting around my table, having an awesome meal and connecting. And we just don't do that enough these days. So it's kind of like communion.
Yeah.
It's communion and telling stories and having great food and drinking whatever they want to drink and just really having this great time. And it's such an antidote to the disconnection in the world today.
Yeah. Love that. That's a beautiful picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if people want to learn more about you and your firm, where can they go?
So they can go to KarenJHardwick.com. We're on Facebook under Karen J. Hardwick, Inc. We're on LinkedIn. And that's just where they can reach us.